And now for our final room we did in Florida. It was Countdown Escapes or Escape Countdown. I'm sorry, I can't remember right off the top of my head. Website will be right there. We did Jailbreak. And this was on a whim. We just found the place, didn't even book it online. We actually walked in, they had the room ready. Because Bonita Springs
kicked us out.
Yeah. Great job, Bonita. No. By far, this room was the most immersive room. And I'm going to honestly say my favorite room of the ones we did in Florida. As you can see here, they took our mugshots. And jumpsuits don't always fit.
Not fat guys.
Bet you they got them on a discount. One size fits most.
Fits most.
And
I'm not most.
Right. And as you can see here, this picture, that, you know, we're behind bars.
And it will not be the last time.
It will not be the last time. We were also handcuffed, which was really cool. Like I said, orange jumpsuits, being handcuffed, you really kind of felt like you were in jail. You start off in a jail cell. Now, with this game, you had 1 hour again. What would you consider this? Would you consider this a 2 or a 3 room game?
I think it's 3.
I would consider it a 3 myself. You start in the jail, you move on to the lobby area,
Yep.
or locker room area, really. And then you got to get into the warden's office, delete the evidence, and escape.
Even though the cell is
in the same room.
Is in the same room as the locker room.
Right.
The way you have to escape, I consider it 2 rooms.
3 rooms.
3 rooms.
3 rooms.
Yeah.
I consider it 3 myself. It was really, really cool. Like, I'm like, what the hell are they taking our picture for? But come to find out, you got to delete the evidence. Your picture is the evidence. It was the first time we had to use a computer, which you don't like that at all. I don't mind it, as long as it's pretty much spelled out what you have to do with the computer. We've done another room where it's very vague what you have to do with the computer, which we'll get into that in another episode. But like I said, by far the most immersive room we did in Florida.
Definitely.
Being dressed up, being handcuffed, and trying to do stuff while you're handcuffed. That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I also liked it too. Because here you go, you got to reach in, you got to find stuff, and you don't even find the keys to the handcuffs until you're into the warden's office. Spoiler, I'm sorry, but we're not from Florida. Who cares?
But even sitting in that cell, which is the first part, sitting in there with nothing around you,
right?
Being so simple, and there's nothing there, just makes you think that much more.
How the hell do you unlock it?
Yeah, you start doubting everything that you could think of.
Right. There was a bench in there, and that was it.
Yep.
Some of the pictures, if you look up, the place we went to was in Fort Myers. They're closed now. I think the only place is open. They had 3 locations: one in Fort Myers, one in Tampa, and one in Sarasota. I think the only one open now is Sarasota. Don't quote me on it, but you can check out their website. You know, it's right here. But the older pictures, and I think the Fort Myers one moved once or twice, because the older pictures showed a bench and a toilet in the cell. Well, I don't think we had a toilet in the one that we were. So either they moved, I think they moved from where they were to where we went, because I think it was a newer plaza is where we went. The other one was an older plaza. It could have been vice versa. I don't know. I mean, it was February when we did this, and we're filming this in August, September, beginning of September now. That's the last day of August. So they kind of changed it up a little bit, but they still had the orange jumpsuits hanging, the handcuffs hanging, and you got your mugshot taken, and they send you the mugshot too. Actually, most places, if they're taking a picture of you, chances are it'll either be up on their Facebook page or they email it to you. So, or both. So, make sure you guys, if you guys do this, make sure you get pictures of it because it's cool, some of the stuff that they get. And then they took our picture behind bars.
Right.
That was our picture. So, but all in all, we made it all the way down to the very last clue. We had like 10 seconds left, just about to dial it in, and
bang,
done. So 3 fails.
Which is another recurring theme now, down to the last.
We were right down to the last minute, seconds, whatever.
And again, these rooms are usually 4 people rooms or more.
Right, right. They suggest a minimum of 4 in most places, but we're just that damn good.
And we walk in, just the 2 of us, and say, "Well, what's your hardest
We're
room?"
doing it. We're doing the room. We don't care.
We want to do your hardest room with half the people you're supposed to.
Right. So, but all in all, the staff was really good. The guy, he was really good. He seemed pretty energetic about it.
Yeah.
And the most energetic out of the 3 people that we dealt with. It kind of went up. It went in stages. Like the first guy, the game master for game masters, the guy running the game, seemed like he cared less.
We were wasting his time.
Right. Second time, very nice dude. Really, really nice guy. Third guy was like all into it. Into it, 100%.
Could have hung out and talked to him for hours.
Right. If he didn't have, if he didn't have another crew coming in, another group coming in to do a room, yeah, we would have been talking with him. He was very excited about it, and I think he was just an employee too. I don't even think he was any kind of an owner or anything like that.
Yeah.
And although they had 3 locations, I believe that this was pretty much owner operated. I mean, yes, they hired people to run the games,
right.
But I don't think it was a chain like a commercial.
No,
chain.
I don't think it was either.
I think it was a owner operated chain. Because they did have 3 places, and like I said, I believe only Sarasota is open now. So, and Sarasota is what, about an hour away from Fort Myers.
Yeah.
So, but all in all, what would you rate the room?
I would rate it a 4.
Again, I'm going with a 4. My favorite room by far in Florida. They have a what, a 40s, 50s room?
It's a 20s.
Oh, 20s room.
A 20s room, and they encourage you to
roaring
come.
20s. That's right.
They encourage you to come in character, all dressed up, and if we were there longer, I would have liked to have tried that room out.
Right, but if they have one up here in Connecticut and we find it, I would dress up. Down there, I don't think I would have because we didn't have the clothes to do it anyway. But yeah, all in all, I would say 4. I'm sure there's other rooms, other escape rooms down there that are good. Maybe if we take a trip down to the Fort Myers area again, we'll check out some other places.
Now, I thought, like I said, mine's a 4. I thought the first half of it was much better than the second half. But that's because those computers.
You don't like the computer.
No.
Well, the computers, and then it was the filing too.
Yeah.
So honestly, no. You know what? I'm gonna actually take my 4 away. I'm gonna back down. I'm gonna go overall. Immersive wise, it was a 4. But overall, I'm going with a 3 because. I'm sorry, guys. We ran into this also in another room up here in Connecticut. Please don't use fine print to freaking for your codes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's cool and all, but I mean, it's more of a pain in the ass and a waste of time in my eyes. So unfortunately, I do have to drop you down a star. I'm going with 3 overall.
Yeah, the second half of it seemed like there was a lot of time wasters in it.
There was a lot of time wasters in it, and to me, knowing what we know now, if you have time wasters in it, maybe your room isn't all that great. But like I said, immersive wise, a 4. Overall, a 3.
You know what? I would, yeah.
Overall, a 3. I totally forgot about the file papers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we're filming right now in August. We did this back at the beginning of February. So,
right.
We're still trying to remember all the stuff that we did.
And again, we were novices
right.
doing it, and still learning how to do certain puzzles and how to do certain games. And
Right.
if we did it now, it might be different.
Right.
We
Knowing
might
what we
breeze
know now,
through
we
it.
probably
It might
could breeze
be,
through it. But actually, there is strobe lighting effect in this room, so that is a warning. So people who are epileptic, don't do the room, or stay out of the room when you got to use the strobe light.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Well, you can kind of still see the light. Whatever. Here I am, closing my eyes, and I'm wearing sunglasses. So, but as you don't know, I wear sunglasses because I control everything, and I can't always keep looking at the camera, or I can just turn my head, look at Phil, and I can still be doing something on the computer over here. So it's just a.
Plus, he's the cool one.
Yeah, I'm the cool one. But anyway, again, so overall, Game Masters, we did the 3. Edison Room, we both voted it a 4. Edison Secret, sorry. And overall, for Jailbreak at Countdown Escapes, or Escape Countdown, you'll see it over here. Overall, 3. And that was our first 3 rooms ever doing. So we progressively got better. Because this time we were right at the last one.
Right.
And just couldn't bust through. So, thank you everybody for watching. The next episode, we're going to be talking about 4 rooms we did in North Carolina while we were visiting cousin Steve. Phil's cousin Steve. And
maybe we'll have a surprise guest.
yeah, maybe we'll have a guest. We'll see. We're going to we'll see what we can do. But thank you everybody for watching. I'm Dom.
I'm Phil.
And this is DIU Escape Room Reviews, produced by DIU TV.
Peace out.
Later.